Welcome. Thank you for joining us to What's Happening CLE. I'm Katrice, head for TV20. Today we will be discussing Cleveland Clinic's Aspire Nursing Scholars Program. Joining us today is Daria Sheafe, Cleveland Clinic's Aspire Nurse Scholars Program RN Program Coordinator, and Aspire graduate Char Washington. We are back in the studio 5 years later with the very first graduate of the Aspire program. Please help me welcome our superstar guests. Welcome, ladies. We celebrate you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Welcome. So, Daria, tell us, how did the Aspire program begin? How did it start? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay. The Aspire program was the brainchild of Nick and Lori Howley, who were already supporting underrepresented students by providing tuition for them to attend parochial schools. So Mr. Howley was interested in finding a way to connect those students with a career in nursing. So he met with Cleveland Clinic's Chief Caregiver Officer, Dr. Kelly Hancock, and together they worked together and collaborated and came up with the Aspire Nurse Scholars Program.
Wow. And how is the program funded?
The program is funded by our generous donors, the Howleys, who are part of the Howley Foundation, as well as Cleveland Clinic.
Now, was there anything like this program to show the students how to navigate through college before this?
Well, when I was hired, I looked for those programs, something to give me some guidance and direction. And there were programs, but there were high school programs that ran out of funding by the time the students graduated from high school. So I was unable to find anything in my research beyond the high school level.
Wow, wow. So this is a pioneer program, something that has been very important to the city of Cleveland and also to the students of Cleveland. What has been some of the program's wins so far?
Oh, we have a lot of wins. Well, Char Washington,
yes,
one of our first graduates, as well as being able to, as nurses, for us to give back and impart into the next generation.
Yes.
That is so important. Providing opportunities for students and exposing them to a wonderful career of service. Some of the other wins, I think, are program expansion, which is coming along the horizon. I always refer to the proverb, it takes a village to raise a nurse.
Yes.
So we have made wonderful community connections and networking with academic partners. So it's just been wonderful the way the city has come together in the community to embrace the program and the students.
Wow, wow. And I know that it's important for the clients of Cleveland Clinic to see their own and to be serviced by their own. Can we talk a little bit about how important it's been in diversifying the nursing workforce with the program?
Absolutely. That is the entire goal and mission of the Aspire Nurse Scholars Program. Cleveland Clinic is innovative in creating this pipeline, but it's a national problem and it's a national issue that is being addressed because it has been a problem and an issue for over 20 years.
Wow.
According to the National Advisory Council on Nurse Education and Practice, when there is concordance between patient and provider, there's improved communication, there's improved patient satisfaction, access and quality of care for minorities and underrepresented populations, which all of this leads to better healthcare outcomes. And that's actually why we do what we do.
Nice. And you're at the forefront, Char, with being one of our superstar graduates. You are a vital part of this diversifying of the nursing workforce. Can we hear a little bit about your story? We're going to talk about your story. How, as a high school student, you're in school, how did you hear about the Aspire program?
So I heard about the Aspire program through one of my school counselors. I was researching scholarship programs. I was entering my junior year, and he suggested that I go out for this new program that wanted to diversify nursing.
Wow. So what was that application process like for you?
After the initial application, we went in for interviews where I got to meet Miss Daria and some of the nursing leadership, and also the Howleys were there, and they interviewed us personally.
Wow, was that a lot? How did you get through that?
It was a lot.
Yeah,
It was a lot. But the interview went well. I think just being there and being around the Howleys, they're such wonderful people, and they're really invested in this program.
Wow. So your first year, you get in. How were you notified that you had been accepted into the program?
They sent me an email. Wow. And then from there, we got the schedule, and it all progressed from there.
Nice. And so what was your first year like in the program?
It was very different. That first year, I want to say we kind of focused on the Cleveland Clinic and what is the Cleveland Clinic's message. And I remember distinctly, they had us make this assignment. What is a nurse to you? And actually at my graduation, Miss Daria gave me that back. And I wrote down what I thought a nurse was to me. And I'm astounded to see how that's changed over the years.
Wow. In what way?
I thought being a nurse was all about being with the patients. And really the career itself is, like Ms. Daria said, about service.
Yes.
Not just to the patients in the hospital, but your community.
Yes, and you learned that through the Aspire program in your years with them. That's awesome. How did you balance all of that as a student, like the commitment of the program? Now, you all met, is it
once a Saturday during those initial 2 years, every Saturday for a couple of months. And then we kept in touch during the summer, and then we would come back and meet every Saturday.
Wow.
It was challenging, but I think we were really committed to the program and seeing out what's going to happen next.
And what sparked that commitment?
I love the people, the team, the Aspire team during that time. Miss Daria and Miss Soul, they're great individuals, and they really supported us.
So for your junior year, so we know we're talking about your first year in the cohort and how you move on to your senior year. What was that transition like? Because I heard it gets real somewhere in there.
It gets really real. It gets really real. Like when we start approaching the end of senior year, they start preparing you to go into the workforce. During that time, we learned practical skills, and we prepared to become nurse assistants. So that was a lot of professional development workshops, practical skill workshops. We learned how to make resumes, how to present ourselves at interviews. It was a lot, but I think it was definitely needed.
In what way? Why would you say it was needed?
I think as young adults, we sometimes look over those professional development skills that are essential to getting a job and keeping a job. And for them to go ahead and give us those workshops and bring in all those different nurses and people with different careers to teach us, that was very valuable.
Yes, and you're getting this amongst your peers who may not have been having the same experience. How was that? I mean, did you stand out as leaders in the program?
I think so.
Within the school?
Not only that, but everyone came from different schools. We had some students from Catholic schools, and then myself, I went to a public school. So we all had different experiences. And I think that really shaped, it shapes who we are. So doing those workshops helped polish us up a little bit.
What skills did you gain from the Aspire program?
There's so many skills that I've gained. I think, again, the professional development workshops and then the practical skills, but not only that, but the shadowing experiences that we were able to have as senior students allowed us to see what we would be doing as a nurse and what's the different roles as a nurse, a medical assistant, or a PCNA, patient care nursing assistant. And it really helped us hone in on those skills when we had skills day, where we practice on the live dummies, mannequins. And we really got to go through some scenarios, and it was very interesting.
Wow, that's exciting. Now, was this something, those skills that you get, that hands-on experience, was that the spark for you to continue on with your studies in nursing?
I am a hands-on learner, and I think it really was the spark for me.
Yeah.
Being able to go in there and work with the mannequins and work with nursing professionals from different fields and have them come and teach us. It really sparked my interest.
Wow. So you're in this program, you're a senior. In the program, you're getting this the extra professional development. How did that affect your relationship with the other peers? Did you stand out? Were you leaders?
It made me feel like we were leaders.
Yeah.
I felt like going back to school, that knowing that I was in this program, this new program that had this mission statement of diversifying nursing, I felt like a leader within my community.
Wow. Wow. So for your graduation, is there some type of celebration that happens on your senior year with your cohorts?
We do celebrate together where all our family and friends can come, and we took pictures. It was very special.
Wow. Wow. So we have you graduated. Congratulations from high school. And then what happens after that? I hear that something important happens right after you graduate in June. July, you enter into another phase of the program, correct?
Yes, we do. July is when we start as patient care nursing assistants, and we begin working in the hospital.
Wow, what was that like for you?
It was a lot. It was rough at first, being a nursing assistant and learning what that means.
Yeah.
But we soon got the hang of it. And seeing and being in that environment definitely gave us a leg up when it came to school, going to college.
Awesome, awesome. So college, that's next. So we're moving right along. You were a first generation college student, correct?
That is correct.
Wow. And you're entering into your first year at Tri-C. And that first year, was that the year that COVID broke out?
Yes, it is.
How was that for you?
It was very hard. My first semester, I was in school and we were able to have classes in person, and I was able to get that hands-on learning.
Right.
But by the second semester, all the schools had shut down and we switched to online.
Wow. Wow. And so as a first generation, you're the one that's making the blueprint for your family and as a college student here. And now you have this new thing of COVID. How did your Aspire cohort support you during this time?
I think Miss Daria and Miss Soul support was essential. And then on top of that, the support of my peers.
Yeah.
We all kind of grouped together. And when we were struggling with the class, we tried to tutor each other. Maybe someone is doing better in one class than you are. So you meet up with them and you guys help each other out.
Wow, that's important. And I know it's important to the success of our students that they remain together in the cohort and help each other out during that. I know, Daria, you talked about that being one of your advocacies with the program, is that to make sure that happens?
In my research, as I mentioned, I didn't have a blueprint of how this was going to go. But in my research, I found that the lack of support and financial support were two huge barriers for underrepresented students completing a nursing degree. A lot of them entered. But something happened in between. And so those are two huge barriers that were identified early on. So those were two that we were going to make sure we were able to counter. So the support from the team, the Aspire team, along with peer support. And then we added in a Cleveland Clinic nurse as a mentor. We're just stacking the support. So that students had someone to go to at every turn. And we continued to meet with our students monthly. Once they enter college, we still are there every month, checking on them, seeing how their life is going, how their schooling is going, how work is going.
And that makes the difference.
It makes a huge difference.
It's made the difference because we're looking at a first-generation college graduate from Tri-C in nursing. You're moving right along and you're succeeding because of the advocacy and the program. Now you are currently working at Cleveland Clinic. Woo! How's that been for you?
It's been an adjustment. I've been with the clinic for a long time, but I haven't been with the clinic as a nurse.
Right.
So I definitely am up for the challenge, and I love it so far.
Wow. So what type of professional relationships have you been able to build during your time at the Cleveland Clinic? Because you started as an assistant there, and then you're continuing on. Was there any type of relationships built?
I actually, through the Aspire program, met my current nurse manager.
Wow.
So during COVID, I had a very hard time in my obstetrics class. And I was kind enough to be offered a tutor. And she was very supportive of the program. And through there, we worked with each other. And then she eventually ended up hiring me once I got out of school.
Wow. Congratulations. That is important. Yes, because it's also, yes, right? It is. It's about the relationships. It's about the confidence that you've gained, the experience that you've gained. And I am proud of you.
Thank you.
I am proud of you. And I know that our viewers are proud of you as well. What's next for you on your journey?
Next for me would be going back to school.
Okay.
I want to take advantage of Tri-C's Bridge program and attend CSU and also the Cleveland Clinic's reimbursement program.
Okay. Can you speak a little bit about that Bridge program?
Sure. The Bridge program with CSU allows students to go to CSU for a discounted rate and pursue their Bachelor's of Science degree in nursing.
Wow. Wow. I know I can feel this excitement of our viewers right now. For interested students, what is their criteria for them to be able to apply or be eligible for the Aspire Nurse Scholarships Program?
Oh, that would be me, yes. So we have students apply for the program as juniors, high school juniors. For Aspire Nurse Scholars, they need to have a cumulative 3.0 grade point average.
Okay.
And be part of an underrepresented population in nursing, and or be first-generation college student, and or demonstrate financial need.
Okay.
So a lot of times when I talk to students about the program, it's no secret that there is a huge divide as far as diversity in the nursing workforce. And according to the 2020 survey by National Council of State Boards of Nursing, RNs are comprised of 80.6% white or Caucasian individuals, 6.7% African American, and 5.6% Hispanic. And so that is not what our communities look like. Those are not the patients we serve. So we really wanted to make sure that we kind of represent our patient population because of the great outcomes that happens when diversity is there with their providers.
Right, right. So you've heard the criteria that helps you to be eligible for the program. Now, where can our students go to find this information to apply?
I'm so glad you asked that question. We are currently accepting applications for our seventh cohort of students. So they can go to clevelandclinic.org/aspire.
Okay.
And that will take them to our website where they can apply from there.
All right. And what is the deadline?
I knew you were going to ask that. The deadline is approaching. Okay. It's October 28th, 11:59 p.m.
All right.
So we ask students that are interested, go ahead and apply. Even if you're not sure, go ahead and apply. But perhaps nursing may not be the only interest. And so I can't hold it any longer. Because of the wonderful success of the Aspire Nurse Scholars Program over the last 6 years, our generous donors have expanded the program now to include our sister program, Aspire Pathways.
Yes, exciting news. Exciting, exciting. And they can also, where can they find information for the Pathways?
The Pathways website, is aspirepath at ccf.org. Now, that program is for students interested in healthcare who may not be sure what exactly it is they want to do. Okay. There's so many career paths in the hospital that students just don't know about. Right. So we focused on 3 for the Pathways program, which are respiratory therapy, surgical technology, and sterile processing. So respiratory therapy is a 2-year program, associate degree, in conjunction with Kent State University. Your alma mater. Surgical technology, our academic partner for that program is Katrice. Okay. And for sterile processing, that's for the student who's not ready to go to college or may not be interested in college. That's Cleveland Clinic's homegrown program. Wow. It's 12 weeks of training. Students, once they reach 400 hours of on-the-job training, they're eligible to sit for certification as a certified sterile processor. So now we've just widened the net of students that we can help take advantage of this opportunity, thanks to our generous donors.
Nice. This is wonderful. And
it is.
The options, I love the options, because as we're seeing today, the traditional way of continuing on with studies may not be what our students need and what they're looking for. So I appreciate hearing about this today. How many students are going to be selected? Is there a certain number for the programs?
As of right now, the Aspire Nurse Scholars accepts approximately 25, 26 students per year. But we are quickly looking into expansion. Our donors and the community is looking for us to be able to accept more. Nice. So our nursing leadership is working on that as we speak. Awesome. How to expand the Nurse Scholars Program. The Aspire Pathways program is brand new. We'll be starting in the spring of next year, and they will accept 50 students to explore those 3 different career paths. Wow. And it's pretty much like the framework for the Aspire Nurse Scholars program. They will, junior year, explore all 3, and then senior year, they hone in on which path they want to take.
Nice. And will that program also meet on the weekend, like the Saturday program?
Absolutely. Both programs meet 12 consecutive Saturdays. And then students receive a $500 stipend.
Nice. That's a great incentive.
To complete the junior curriculum. And then again, they get a $500 stipend for completion of the senior curriculum. Wow. We realize that students typically work on the weekends on Saturdays. So if we're going to take up their whole Saturday, we have to kind of balance that out a little bit. So there is an incentive for them to come and learn.
Nice, nice. And Sheree, if you can just tell our students, for the students that are out there who are watching, what would you tell them of why they should get involved and apply today?
I think you should apply to this program because of the support that you're going to get. You're going to get support from everyone on the Aspire team. You're going to get support from mentors. You're going to get support from nurses within the community who support this program and really want to see everyone achieve. You're not going through college alone. You're not going through high school alone. You're going to learn these careers in these fields, and they're going to be with you every step of the way.
Nice. Is there anything else that you would like for our viewers to know about the program or about your experience?
I think my experience overall has been so positive. And like you said, it's allowed me to become the first college graduate in my family. And it's done that for the other graduates as well. I think it's something to look forward to.
Well, thank you so very much. Congratulations to you and much success in your nursing career ahead of you. I know that you're going to keep standing out as a superstar and a scholar. And one more time, how can people get more information about the Cleveland Clinic Aspire Nurse Scholar Program?
They can go to clevelandclinic.org/aspire. I do need to mention, Sheafe is a graduate. She was in our first cohort, so she was a trailblazer. At that time, our academic partner was Katrice. Since then, we have now included Ursuline College Breen School of Nursing. They are our academic partner now. And so students are now going to Ursuline. They are staying on campus. And they're coming out with their bachelor's degree. Cleveland Clinic is a magnet hospital. And so all nurses are required to have a bachelor's degree within a certain amount of time. So this is a direct path for them. They also get the college experience, being able to live in the dorm and immerse them in academia so that they don't have all the outside noise that pulls them away from being successful in their studies. So we're so excited that the program is growing, that we're successful. We've developed this pipeline, and it's just going to keep feeding into the Cleveland Clinic's nursing workforce.
Thank you so much. I'm excited about the program, the extension, the offering, and how you're meeting the needs of our students and our future in the community. Thank you so much, ladies, for meeting with me, and thank you for educating us on this wonderful opportunity. Thank you for watching What's Happening CLE, only here on TV 20. I'm Katrice Head, informing and connecting you with your community. Until next time, Cleveland.